is another beautiful day on Your Image, the public relations program on television. Today, we are continuing our postmortem on Nigeria Public Relations Week, the maiden edition that was hosted in Abeokuta, the Rock City. I still have with me Dari Folani. Dari Folani is editor, PR Primus magazine, and also the PRO, Association of Nigerian Authors. You're welcome, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for your contribution last week.
Thanks for having me.
And also we have Dara Adebinkwe, a media personality, a public relations professional, and also a man, a veteran in the issue of documentary production. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. It's nice to be back here.
Yeah, last week we were narrating stories of the Nigerian history of public relations and how epochal the event was, how rewarding it was, and how it has highlighted a lot of new things, new trends, and it has brought about education, it has brought about exposure, it has brought about new techniques of professing our profession, which we now profess boldly. So today we'll be looking at Dari Folani. Let's look at the branding. The environment was electrifying.
Amazing. The optics was top notch. Before I go to that, I want to look at the commercial value that the week added to Abeokuta. You know, the hotels, over 1,000 delegates came for the week, and the hotels and people make brisk business. The optics was wonderful, right from the gate of the cultural center. You know that something is happening here. And when you enter the cultural center too, inside, outside, everywhere, the ambience was top notch, was amazing. You know, everywhere, boldly professing public relations, everywhere branded with the logo, the colors of NIPR, which is red. And you know, you see the motto of NIPR too. You see professionalism and excellence on display. And everything had that, you know, underlying that touch
of professionalism
and excellence. So it was really, really, really top notch.
I also want to say something on that.
Yes, everybody knew that something was going on, particularly when you look at the visibilities. The visibilities in terms of the movement of people. You will know that something is happening somewhere. You are either at the cultural center or parking or at the Obas complex. And the volume of traffic to such places, it's another business boom for the transportation business, so to say, even for accommodation, lodging, which I have mentioned, even for those who are engaged in takeaway items, gift items, right. Particularly for those who are engaged in Adire batiks. I know a lot of participants that were asking me, how would they get to Itoku? I know that Itoku will never forget the influx of participants into that place last week, and they will still be looking forward to such patronage, because it was something that promoted Abeokuta as the major production center of Adire. And this is something we should, in future, look at, how we could make a turnaround with public and private participation, make this Adire a production center that could be a source of income, not just for Nigeria, foreign earner for Nigeria. And quite apart from that, you look at the projection every day concerning the event as it was running.
But before you go there, what will you say about the pre-event publicity, the coverage, and what has happened with the post-event postmortem?
You see, one thing was sure, there was synergy within the local organizing committee as well as the national committee while the national were projecting at the national level, those who are members of the local organizing committee, they were doing with what they could, interacting, creating visibilities for the program, wetting the ground for people to know that something was about to happen in Ogun State and indeed in Abeokuta, because there were visitations not just to media houses, to security agencies, to institutions, to health agencies, institutions as well. So even the ordinary man in the street was already agog that something was about happening. And then for practitioners too, you look at the pre-summit sessions that were held on Zoom to upscale professional practice, because there are various sessions on various topics relating to image and reputation management.
Thank you very much. There's another angle that I saw a turnaround, talking about the ICT. How was the utilization, the engagement, and of what effect has it impacted on the professionals?
The effect was real time, it was instantaneous. As the event was going on, we had a live coverage on NTA, live coverage on AIT, we had coverage on other TV stations. And on social media, people were just, most public relations practitioners today are very tech savvy. So people were just posting things, pictures, everything. Social media was agog. It was just, we were boldly professing the profession.
So what lesson?
Yeah, we continue to do that. We continue to keep up the...
Actually, to the African continent.
Right, to the African continent, we continue to profess and talk about the good things about our country. We cherry pick the positives and amplify this, so that to change the narrative about it. Nigeria is not just about drug addicts and people who are bad. We look at our values. We look at people doing great things for us, and we galvanize people so that we can achieve more.
Thank you very much. When we synchronize the issue of a pre-conference Zoom interactive session, when we look at the interactive sessions for the traditional rulers to help them in improving the image of their domain, and also engender support on corporate social responsibilities in their respective domains. And then you also see the interactive session organized for students in tertiary institutions in Nigeria. Moving forward, we also saw the breakout sessions, and we saw some plenary sessions too, very boldly professing theories and practice of public relations. And then we saw the Adria on runway, and eventually we saw the Owambe, the night.
Don't forget the visage too.
No, I'm coming.
The
night, showcasing culture, cuisines, dances, and the like. First of all, how would you describe Owambe night?
Oh, the
Owambe
night was just the icing on the cake of the week. It was a time for public relations practitioners to let down their hair, and unwind. You saw people in the ambience sitting down, relaxed, eating good food, local food though, and then having a taste of our cuisine. That amala, that's people have been talking about. We enjoyed it throughout the week, and then we also had opportunities to taste the protein, choice wine, and also food, and then I think the local emu also was available. So it was really a wonderful event, a wonderful way to end a wonderful program.
So how will you rate the sponsors?
They've really tried to give a very good account of what the profession stands for, to support. Because they, not just in attracting speakers, in attracting visibilities, but again, I want to mention one factor, that we could have traditional rulers attendance in the course of the week, even as the first major program. One of the takeaways from that program, that interactive session, and I believe to as many of the traditional rulers, was the fact that some of their festivals that hitherto had not been given prominence, optics, visibilities that they deserve, for people to rally around them. There were better understanding given to them. I remember when Mazi Okereke was narrating how the Ofala festival in Onitsha started. And it was another opportunity.
Oh, the Ojude festival.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. Your Ofala festival is quite a very long-aged festival. Then how the corporate world was attracted to it. And again, when Tifasi Yusuf came up to give an update, how the Ojude was brought to limelight, that he was jolted when he saw a coverage of the event on CNN. That to me was heartwarming, that majority of our traditional rulers never thought most of the things that they are doing within their local cocoons could be given global prominence. And that is what boldly public relations could do.
A standard has been set, because as we prepare to go to Akwa Ibom next year, a standard has been set for them. And that template will continue to be improved upon. As public relations manager, we have to improve on it. Our performance has to go up. It has to be, higher and higher.
Yeah, let me quickly recall, because when we are talking about the support, we saw for the first time some of our visuals being displayed at the international airports. Abuja, Lagos, Enugu, and the like. And we also saw some of the brands connecting with NIPR, showcasing all our contents, displaying a lot of inputs, igniting passion, and engendering a kind of scenario where we have never witnessed before.
In fact, let me even tell you that people who are not PR practitioners were jolted to come down to cultural center to take part, at least in taking the hot tea provided by this company.
Okay,
from Nesu.
Okay.
Because they provided an ambience for people to come and take, if you like, come and take some hot tea in the course of the program.
You never even opened up on the kind of support that was given to the Owambe night.
Yes.
Sponsored by different original food beverages companies, even some materials that were also sponsored. It was enigmatic, something that had never happened before.
Even the program for the event, the procure for it's a package, it's a souvenir on its own. The program of the event, and look at the packaging of if you are fully registered for the program, there is a bag for you that you never want to part with.
Yes.
The conference bag was top-notch,
showcasing the culture of
Abeokuta, but locally made, local fabric, and that is promoting the Nigerian culture.
So that's something that is still missing.
What's that?
And that has to do with the issue of tours.
Okay.
How rewarding was the tour embarked upon by?
Well, because of time, it was a low-debt program. We couldn't do much of the thing, but people still went. Tourism is the new oil. There are
so where were the visited areas?
Yes, well, they visited
Olumo, Ituku, the market, as well as the Gateway Cargo Airport. They were there.
That's the future.
That's the future.
Well, now looking forward, what do you envisage with the Akwa Ibom 2025?
Abeokuta is renowned for
it's just a pound.
Yes. So we've set the stage for them, where the Abeokuta is now the venue to beat. So I'm sure that they've taken lessons and they were here, and they've copied some of the things, and then they will improve on it. But gladly, because I think we are retaining the YBO, the chairman of the organizing committee. So he's still there. So he has to up the ante to make sure that Akwa Ibom supersede Abeokuta. So we wait. We keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, we can't but do a little critique. of the activity.
Yes,
so
I agree with you.
What do you think we should look out for in the coming 2025 Akwa Ibom?
Yes, thank God Yomi Badejo Kusoya has been retained as the chairman for Akwa Ibom 2025. Abeokuta has been a learning curve, and that presupposes that they must learn from where they failed, and whatever has been their strength, they should utilize it to overcome the weaknesses that were inherent. It was not as if there were not some missing points. It was not that so, because the area of registration was something that the participant did not find comfortable.
What would be your advice to the PR practitioners in making that more effective?
I think the missing gap has been that maybe because of expectation of sponsorship, what should have been done as people are registering, everything relating to their registration should have been put down, so that some people will not have any problem once they come for registration. You will have known that these people are, say for instance, those who are early registrants, everything pertaining to their registration in terms of conference bag, in terms of materials, will have been ready. All other ones that are just coming in the course of the week will be the ones that will face, okay, we will see how you produce your own. And then, of course, in the area of welfare, you know, when it comes to feeding, there was so much. Everybody wanted to taste the local food here around. And that gave room for much more pressure on those who are in charge of the feeding.
Well, it's a learning curve.
But like I said, it has been a learning curve. And I know that there will be improvement in that particular area.
Perhaps we never take cognizance of the fact that in planning, fund is of great essence.
Of course.
And when members delay their registration till the latter part, there's need for planning, there's need for funding. So if members delay their payment to the last minute, that could cause a kind of hiccup.
Well,
and,
we all know that the economy is not friendly, but we'll keep moving on. Early planning, yes, you said early planning. That should be better done at Akwa Ibom.
Perhaps we want to appeal to sponsors.
Okay, yes, corporate Nigeria should support public relations activity. You know, because the money that you can get from supporting public relations activity is humongous. So avail yourself of the professionals. You know, you can help to leverage any product, organization, whatever. So it's a win-win with public relations.
I want to believe that sponsors will be competing.
Will be more eager.
They will be competing, given the fact that of what happened in Abeokuta.
Well, it's still your image, your public relations program on TV. We are glad professing our profession boldly, and we challenge PR practitioners, we challenge citizens, we challenge even government to support public relations, to give the institute more leverage. Of course, we must thank the governor of Ogun State, Dr. Prince Dapo Abeokuta, for lifting the Ogun State chapter with the duration of a bus, and also giving the secretariat a befitting secretariat to help the chapter to be more functional. Of course, the support is enormous. We want to appreciate him, and we believe that more of public relations will be impacted in Ogun State. Now that government has appreciated public relations, we want corporate institutions, individuals, to also have a buy-in and engender more profitable environment for public relations to thrive. Dare Folani, your advice for people, for government, for...
well, as public relations practitioners, we tease out solutions. You know, the problems that we are facing, we have solutions to it. We have practical public relations solutions to it. So people should avail themselves of public relations practitioners, and quacks should not be consulted. You know, there is quackery. We have the law now. Anybody practicing public relations that is not registered, you know, we are chartered now. We have a membership number. It's a wonderful time to be a public relations practitioner.
In fact, that's the area I want to even emphasize, that for any corporate organization, be it public or private, employing public relations practitioners, or employing, or having the intention of employing public relations practitioner, they should endeavor to interact with any state chapter or with the national, and of course avail themselves. The state chapter in Ogun State, they have a compendium of practitioners. So also a compendium has been inaugurated even in the course of this week at the national level. So there is no cause for anybody to say I'm ignorant. It is now an offense to employ anybody who is not, first of all, registered with the institute. That's the law.
Thank you very much. And we must also add that this is a new stage in the life of public relations. Now that it is unethical, it's against the law to engage or contract a person that is not certified by the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, we also believe that you will be helping your organization by reaching out, go on searching Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, and when you meet somebody you have to recruit, ask for the number, membership number, practice ID, and that can be verified. So we call on you to show more cooperation. We call on you to support. We believe that we together can change the nation. Let me ask you before we go.
No, let me just say something on this issue of law as to employing
Quacks.
Guiding against employing quacks. It is an act of the National Assembly, right. 2004. So that you won't say these people are just speaking out of promoting their profession.
Right.
Well, let's look at contemporary environment in the Committee of Nations. How will you situate Nigeria?
Well,
in the field of public relations,
we are there. We are top notch, you know, because that conference is international, you know, in dimension, in everything, international, everything global. You know, don't forget that it's world class. That conference was world class.
In fact, to align with you, you know, in 1968 there was the Mexican proclamation on public relations.
Right.
Equally, we will soon. The Abeokuta statement on public relations will soon be put to the public, because a committee was set up in the course of this week to fashion out what public relations is about in Nigeria.
Youths, you have no excuse not to be a leader, a forthright leader, a thoroughbred peer practitioner in helping to mold the image of Nigeria. It is all our responsibilities to help in changing the dynamics, changing the narratives, projecting Nigeria's image, and helping the economy to grow. Reputation, economy are twins that must be brought together to change the environment. On the next week, we will come your way with another new topic. I want to thank Dare Folani for being here.
Thanks for having me. Bye for now.
I also want to thank Dara Adibinkwe.
It's my pleasure doing it again.
Thank you for being with us. See you next week. I'm Abeokuta, your uncle.
batun akan mai noma da makiyaya, ɓatan labarun wasu, yadda wa labarin kara. Mummuna iska ne wanda baya bisarwa kowa kyau. Ba abin da za mu samu akan haifa da rashin